Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video by me, FoxyNoTail, here on the truly Bedrock survival server. And in the last episode, Slack Lizard and I made a raid farm, and not much has happened since that last episode other than the fact that I'm now trying to sort the storage system out. Before, we had the storage system going into the ground, which is absolutely fine. Here it is here, and it's still full of stuff, although I've taken most of the totems and stuff like that out of it. But the problem is, yeah, it was difficult to get up and down the ladders and access the chests. So what I've done is I've created many chests and lots of hoppers to bring all of the items round here. But the problem is creepers keep coming and blowing me up. So what I need to do is actually put a wall around this area and just sort out the outsides of it a bit more as well, because it doesn't look particularly great, although it doesn't need to look wonderful. It's just a nice simple farm that we can AFK at, but it does need to look half decent. Now, what we've got on this side is a sorting system, which still needs working on. I still need to put in the Bedrock actual working sorting system into this. At the moment, it's using a Java Edition impulse sorter, which is a little bit buggy on Bedrock Edition. There is a way I can upgrade this to make it work, but I haven't done that yet. And on the other side is just bulk storage, and I've extended this side in order to look after the witch drops as well. So we'll get all of the witch drops sorted out, and then it will just be complete random junk, totems and books and all the other stuff that goes in these chests. And then what we need at this end here is a dispenser that will dispense all of the overflow into lava so that we don't end up backing up the entire system. And that's easy enough to do, but the beacon's also in the way, so I need to move the beacon too. So quite a bit of work to do, but before we get on with this, I want to show you what else I've been doing. Coming out of that portal brings me here, and if I cut through the nether, through this tunnel here, you'll see there's another portal down there, and that takes us to our new industrial zone that I've been working on a little bit in live streams and a little bit off camera as well. And the reason I've been able to do quite a bit of off camera work is that I've just got a new puppy, which has meant it's very difficult to record because I've got to be on hand making sure puppies do puppy things and don't do the things that we don't want them to do around the house. And yeah, that means that recording has been a little bit tricky, so it's been live streaming, but she's doing pretty well at the moment. She's been with us a few days now, and I'm able to record a few clips here and there now, which is going to be good for getting back in the track of videos. So yeah, this area here is a 6x6 chunk area that we're going to be just using for an industrial area to make farms and stuff. And you can see each corner has got 2 beacons that give us speed, health boost and regeneration, just because I've got so many beacons now. And the reason I've got lots of beacons is because a couple of episodes ago I went and killed a lot of withers, which I was able to do because of Slack and my fortress farm giving us so many wither skulls. So this area is not finished yet. It is laid out and gridded out, but what I actually need to do in each one of these areas is put down some glass. That was recommended to be in a live stream because I don't want this to be spawnable by passive or hostile mobs. So I thought that putting some glass down above some stone, keeping the area nice and lit, it will look nice and it will also stop it being spawnable, and then we can start building some farms. And one of the farms I really need to build is a cactus farm, because we decided to do this out of green glass, and I don't have any green dye, and of course you get green dye from cactuses. Now I've got a good smelter, I just don't have any cactus. So that's on the cards of things to do soon, or maybe even today. We'll see, we'll find out. But before we get carried away with cactus farms, I do need to sort this place out, which shouldn't take too long, hopefully, just to tidy it up a little bit and just sort that storage system out. And just like that, as it thunders in the background in real life, I now have 100% finished raid farm decoration-y area-y thing. I've completely got rid of the beacons. I don't think we need them, to be honest with you, because Chuck, being in a camera account, already has resistance and things like that, so we don't really need him to have that. I've done the bottom bit kind of in the style of a bit castle-y. I've gone oldie-worldy stone and spruce as opposed to all of the new nether materials, just because these materials don't get much love these days. So I thought, you know, they're nice, easy materials to gather. I got loads of them, so I just throw together this little design at the bottom here. If we go through this doorway here, we've got the nether portal inside, loads of sugar boxes for me to start transferring some of the items. If we go up here, we can see that we've got our pillagers inside of the trident killer bit here, and if we break open one of those doors there, you'll see that there are a couple in there already. And if we go up there, nothing has changed at all. So literally nothing has changed at there. We've got a roof on here, and we've got the area downstairs with all of the storage. And we've got an additional layer here, just where all of this stuff was that I need to tidy up still. So I've still done absolutely no tidying up, but at least we've got a reasonable looking building around it. And it's all 100%. Fingers crossed it is anyway. The idea is it's all 100% spawn proof. So it's stairs and bottom slabs. There's nothing that should be spawnable on that entire building. So all of the wood is capped with either stairs or slabs, and all of that roof there is bottom slabs. So there really shouldn't be anywhere anything can spawn, not inside the raid farm. So there we go. Anyway, on to the next part of the video. Before I go from this area though, there are a few things I want to do, and one of those is to have organised all of the items. I've completely cleared out down here now and all those items down there, and I have sorted them all out into things that are thrown away, things that are keeping, and things that I'm smelting. So I basically put on all of the shulker boxes worth of iron bits and bobs on here. This line was absolutely full of them, plus extras, and they all come through into here. And we've got all of these iron nuggets, and I know we've got an iron farm, so we don't really need them, but I thought it was a bit of a waste not to throw them in there. We also got all of these shulker boxes full of totems of undying, plus this box here as well. We got a whole load of saddles. I threw everything other than 2 shulker boxes away because I thought, what's the point in having so many saddles? And we got a decent amount of enchanted books as well. These are all the ones I consider half decent. The rest all went in the bin. But before we go, there are some more things I need to do. Oh yeah, and I also put this burnificating system in, which means if we get some junk, i.e., you know, this 49 blocks of emeralds here, and put those in there, they will make their way through the sorting system, and once they get full, or once the sorting system is completely full, they will go into that dropper there, and they will get pinged out and put into the lava. So they will be deleted, so we won't cause any lag with all of the excess entities, and we won't clog up our system. Now, hopefully, yeah, they're coming through into there and not going in the burnificator. Phew! And the next thing I need to do is actually to sort out this sorting system. I now know how I'm supposed to do it with pistons and obsidian, so we'll do that in a second. But before we get to that, I actually have one more thing that I got from tips in the comments on how to sort something out. Here I have a shulker box full of string, and one of the, well, quite a few comments after the last video actually showed that if I don't put string at the very top of this farm around the edges of that trough, then when snow layers start to build up and create snow blocks up here, that actually makes these sides spawnable, and that's why we'll occasionally get things going down there and not in here. So I've got all of this string. All I'm going to do is just put it round the leaves to stop this being spawnable, and then this area will be 100% complete. And there we go. That is all of that completely stringed, so that is now unspawnable. So just the sorting system to go, and then we are completely 100% done here. Well, the sorting system is now all upgraded and in place, and it uses some strangeness to make this work. Basically, we got rid of the repeater. We've got a way of transferring this redstone signal down through the glass and then going through a solid block. Well, a not solid block. Repeaters, for whatever reason, not repeaters, pistons will transfer redstone signal through, and having the obsidian means that they won't extend and break anything. So this works 100%. It's absolutely great. And that means that our sorting system shouldn't now have the wrong items in the wrong places, which is good. And our smelting system, while I've been working on that, is just about done. We are nearly... Oh yeah, I can get rid of all of those except that one now. We're nearly back to just a double chest worth of stuff there, and we've got loads and loads of nuggets. I've had a little bit more of a tidy up. I've got rid of a few of the items in some of the places. So I guess the next thing to do is just to get Chuck in here, get some AFK done, and let's go off and do some other things. Chuck is now in place. A raid has started, so hopefully we'll start seeing things spawning in there and not on top, and hopefully we'll start seeing lots of goodies going into our new storage system. As you can see, Invisible Chuck is there with his looting 3 swords, so we get the extra drops as well, and we should be seeing things spawning inside there now. It's very difficult to see from this angle, but there we go. We saw a lot of XP go towards Chuck there. That's good. Now, when I'm down here, mobs won't actually spawn in there, I don't think. So I don't think we'll get anything while we're actually down here. I will pick stuff up from the sorting system if I go too close to it. Let's put those things back in there. And let's see, we are getting emeralds coming through. This is good. Getting our pillager heads. We are getting our other drops. Now, are we getting things coming through to here? We are. There's our blocks and stuff. And we did get a pillager head that skipped past the sorting system. So maybe there is a little bit more work to do with that in order to get that fully perfect. Anyway, that's enough of this area for now. Let's actually move on and do something else in this video. So, back over at our industrial area, nothing has changed, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, we need a cactus farm. So I need to designate an area to be able to build that, so that we can build it, and I need to go and gather all of the components as well. And the way me and Slack built it in the last season was very different from normal, so I need a relatively long stretch. I'm thinking maybe just a couple of chunks for now, and then maybe extend it in the future. So let's get into it. Believe it or not, one of the main ingredients for this cactus farm is actually going to be snow, and it just so happens there is a snowy biome over here that I can come and steal all of the snowballs from, which is absolutely great, in order to build ourselves a snowman in order to make a snow farm. So I guess the first thing on our list isn't a cactus farm at all, it is in fact a snow farm. And just like that, a snow farm was created and the snow is going in the chest. It's a nice little design. It's just one hopper with the snowman on top, some trapdoors around to stop him wandering off, and all of the snow goes in there, which is great. So I can just stand here for a long time, whacking away at this snow and get many snowballs. However, I am a little bit concerned that that one trapdoor on the top isn't going to protect him when it rains, so I might want to put a little box around this guy. And technically, yes, he's not actually in the industrial area. He is off to one side, but it's fine. You don't need a whole chunk just for this guy. One very worn shovel and quite a lot of snow later, and I'm actually going to head back to the raid farm now. I know we're doing other things, but there's a couple of issues that we need to sort out. Oh, and before I need to put my shulker boxes away. Otherwise I won't have what I need when I get there. So back over here, the raids are going well. We're getting many emeralds, and as you can hear from the raid horn, raids are taking place, which is good news, and we are slowly starting to fill up these chests over here. However, there are a couple of problems that we definitely need to address. And that's mainly mobs spawning where they shouldn't be spawning. We're getting quite a lot of villagers, or pillagers, sorry, and the illagers spawning down here. And I'm not sure how they're spawning down here. The only block I've been able to see flying around with Chuck that's spawnable is this one here. So we need to put some leaves on there, and potentially over this redstone as well. I don't know whether this glass counts as spawnable, and perhaps even the stuff inside this trident killer here could potentially count as spawnable, although it does have leaves above it, so I don't think it will. So I grabbed some shears. There's some leaves down here. Let's grab ourselves a whole bunch of leaves and let's go and make sure everything is 100% spawn proof. So we'll start by covering that up. We'll also put a couple of blocks above there, and we'll just bolster that up a little bit like that, and we'll put some over this redstone here to hopefully try and stop anything spawning above those there. We'll fill that right in like that, and just completely fill this area out to, just try and prevent it as best we can. We could probably chuck a few of these inside here as well. I don't know if that's going to make any difference at all, but you know, anything we can do at this particular moment in time to stop them spawning outside of this thing, I think is going to be a bonus for us. Well, that should just about do it. Hopefully we won't have any more issues with that, but I will keep my eye on it on Chuck's screen and see how we go. Right, back to what we were doing. Anyway, wandering traders, jeez. Free head, free head. So as a quick refresher, the way this thing works is pretty simple. We have stacks of cactuses up like this next to snow layers, because that can actually grow next to it. That will stop the cactus falling to the sides. When it breaks, it will go on the top, and then occasionally we will have a circuit that pushes those pistons out and then retracts them, and that will actually push all of the cactus down onto the floor in front of it, and that will then go in a water stream and along to get collected. So it's a really nice simple farm. It's probably not the fastest in the world, but will certainly do us and create us a lot of cactus over time. So let's do this. And just in case that wasn't very clear, this is basically what we're going to be having. If I put a snow block next to that, it's going to break the cactus. However, if I put the cactus back and put snow layers there until it's a full block, it won't actually break. But what can happen is if we have light too close to it, it will melt the snow. So we need to make sure we don't have light too close to the snow. But yeah, that's it basically, and then just a clock to get the pistons firing out in the right order. So I've created a platform over here where we're going to be putting it. This trench at the front here is where the ice is going to be, and we're going to have water flushing it all the way down, probably to that end to be collected, and we're just going to have a stack of this stuff going up towards the back here. How hard could it be? Well, I've done a lot, but it's not finished, and I've kind of stopped building for a couple of reasons. As you can see, we've got this cascade effect with the pistons, which is exactly what we want. We want the top ones to fire first and push all of the items down to the bottom so that the items will travel all the way down and get pushed in the water stream and they won't have a chance to despawn. However, there is a bit of a potential problem that we need to look at, and let's go and check it out. The last time I built this farm was in Minecraft 1.14 with Slack, and in that update, when you stood on top of a cactus, you didn't take damage. But as of 1.16, you now take cactus damage on top of a cactus, and as well as that, items also despawn on top of a cactus, which they didn't used to do. So the way this farm worked before was that items would land on top of the cactus, the pistons would push them off, and they would fall down. However, now the problem is potentially the items are going to despawn because of the cactus before the pistons push them off. You can see there is a little bit of a wait before they actually get pushed off, but I'm not sure that this farm's going to be particularly efficient now because the cactus is potentially going to get killed before it actually falls down, which is this is definitely a problem because this relies on that cactus not despawning from... Oh, geez, I think I may have built all of this and have to start again. Oh, man. Let's be a piece of cactus. Let's see if we get pushed off. Kind of. We land down here. So, yeah, if we're a piece of cactus, chances are it's going to get destroyed rather than pushed in the water streams. Having said that, while we've been building this, let's see how much cactus we've actually got. 19 pieces. So it is working, but is it working well? Is it worth building this up even further, all the way up to that level there, if we're not actually going to be able to get any decent rates from this? I don't know. The other problem with this farm is a lot of the snow layers. Even though there's no light anywhere, they just disappear over time, which means that this farm is just going to get worse and worse and worse over time. So as much as it was a really fancy, nifty idea, I think realistically for 1.16, it's just going to have to go in the bin, and we're going to have to go to a good old-fashioned, simple, normal cactus farm design, which is a real shame. But, you know, it's... There's not a great deal I can do about it, really. I really want this to work, but I don't see how I'm going to be able to. And look how much of the snow layers have just disappeared whilst I've been building this. They were all full blocks, and now there's not many at all. Yeah, tear it down, start again. And that's everything taken down again. So I guess we need to completely start from scratch with a whole new design of the boring old normal cactus farms that everyone does. Great. But Foxy, so-and-so that did this video in that time, did it this way, and they've got rid of... Oh, shut up, I don't care. I'm just doing boring cactus farms, okay? From bad news to good news, though, I have been watching Chuck doing the raid farm things, and nothing has spawned where it shouldn't have done, and that should mean that we are getting pretty rich in terms of resources. We are indeed. One of the only heads that hasn't come through this system yet, though, or unless it has since Chuck has been AFK, is witch heads. I haven't seen any witch heads, which makes me think... Which makes me think, you get it? Is the mob heads pack broken? Can we get witch heads or not? Well, yeah, we're getting a few heads skipping the item filters and a few emeralds, but not too much. The item filters seem to be doing a pretty good job of sorting everything out except for the non-stackables. But yeah, we've got loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff. Look how many... there we go. We got a witch head. So it is working. That just shows how rare they are. One witch head after all of this stuff. Jeez. Oh, grabbing a bunch of this stuff out. Not much has got through the stack of light and filter, and there's no point in putting the witch head in because we actually need 41 items inside each of those before we get any in the chest. So if I put the witch heads in, we'd be waiting here for months and months to get enough in there just to get any through. So I'm not going to put a sorting system in for witches, but what I am going to do is put one on there. Isn't that amazing? I love it. In fact, let's put one of each on there. We've got an evoker, we've got a pillager. They look the same. I know, it's the same model. And we've got a Vindicator there as well. Amazing. Fantastic. Well, things are coming together slowly but surely. I've done a little bit of decoration on the outside as well, but only because I've run out of cactus now. I've got 2 pieces left. I don't think there's a great deal in here. No, there's nothing in there. But basically, if you haven't seen this sort of design before, and I know there's a million others out there that do slightly different things, but this is fine. It'll do the job we need it to do. It's just basically cactus on sand floating up, and the cactus will break because it will basically grow up against this iron rod here, and it will just fall into the water. But yeah, you need a lot of it to make this farm worthwhile, and I don't have any cactus left to keep building it. I need to go quite high with this, but I can't. So what I'm going to need to do is go shopping. Things have changed since I was last here? Well, what? We've got an ice cream cone. The anvil. What's going on here? There's... What? Right, whatever. We need to just... we need to go to Dan's, cactus shop. There we go, look. Why are you building a cactus farm if there's already a cactus shop? Because I want my own, okay? I need loads of it. Yeah, there we go. How much is it? 1 diamond for 64. We'll buy a lot. We'll buy an absolute ton of this stuff. Because, why not? We're rich. We can afford it. So I'm going to buy 18 stacks worth of the stuff because I just feel like doing that. And I suppose while we're in the area, we could do a quick stock check, but I was going to leave it a few more days and just let it accumulate. But I am interested to see what this ice cream is all about. And I know there's some food trucks around there as well that I've not been to yet. What is this? What is this ice cream? Ice cream free with purchase. Oh, it's an ice shop. Oh, yeah, I don't need any ice at the minute, but what's that? Half a stack for 1 diamond. That's not bad for blue ice. That's a pretty good deal. I do need to actually top up my ice box as well. My ice box is looking pretty bare, to be honest with you, so I think it would be a good idea to get some blue ice. Let's just organise this properly. So what we're going to do, ice cream free with purchase. I'm all right for ice cream, thank you very much, but I will take a couple of stacks of these. What we got? We got, that's 2 diamonds. No, that's 4 diamonds worth there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 diamonds worth. That's reasonable, I think. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Which means we got 4 diamonds left of our allocated budget, which just happens to be the amount that I took out of my ender chest. We got loads more stuff going on here. What's this? What's this one? Very interesting. What is this shop? Selling blue stuff. Oh, the signs is very difficult to read. Use white text. Stone and... What? Okay, so it's a piglin bartering stuff shop. Okay, fair enough. And what's this thing over here? Ooh, oh, it's an end shop. Ooh, selling end stuff. Sugar boxes. 4 diamonds each. Whoa, very expensive. Very expensive. Much easier to just go and get it yourself. What have we got at the food trucks? Pickleish. Oh, 1 diamond for 3 stacks of pickles. We'll need some pickles at some point. Nice cookies. Right. How do we... Oh, I see. Yeah. No, thank you. Oh, what have we got? Golden diamond shop? Golden carrot shop now? Ooh, how much are they? 2 stacks for a diamond. That's not bad. That's not bad, but I do have a lot of steak. I don't really need these, and I could easily make them myself. In fact, that is one of the farms that we are going to be building in the future, is a carrot farm, because we got a gold farm, so we can make golden carrots. So yeah, I'm not going to waste my money on that. I am, however, going to go back and plant a load more cactus. Well, today is nothing but problems for me. This is so strange. I thought I got this design absolutely fine. Not only did a creeper just go off and blow up half of it, but look at this. The cactus is growing and touching the iron bars. It shouldn't be able to touch a block above it. It should break if there's a block above it. Oh, wait, no. I need to put the iron bars down the block. So I made the whole thing too high. Every single layer is too high. Oh, geez, I need to start again and it's taken ages. Oh, will you clear off? Go away. This is the last thing I need is you kicking about causing problems. It's Geraldine. It's not Geraldine. Jeez, I can't believe it. I can't believe I've done the whole thing. Each layer a block higher than it needs to be. Oh, jeez. Oh, start again. Ah, I've been doing this all day. Wait a minute. I haven't done it one. I just missed one vital ingredient, and that is to put the iron bars next to the cactuses like that in order to get them to actually break when they fall off. So I haven't done this whole thing wrong. It's absolutely fine. Thank goodness for that. I can carry on building and just make sure I put in the iron bars in between. And the reason I'm using iron bars instead of glass is because they're so cheap when you've got an iron farm. And glass, you know, you've got to mine it. It's not cheap anymore. You can get sand from the Wandering Trader. Yeah, you can get like 10 pieces. And yeah, no. Sand not renewable. Stop. Okay, so this farm is done. There aren't as many levels in there as I was originally planning, but there's plenty. There are, in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels. There are 25 cactuses per level, which means 150 cactuses, which gives us, based on the trials I've done, jeez, lots of zombies, around about 21 cactuses per 10 minutes, which isn't amazing, but over time, that's going to fill up quite a lot. Oh, Jesus, a lot of mobs. Hang on, let me sleep. That's the problem with this area, all nice and lit up round here. It means everything spawns around the edges. It keeps killing me. So, yeah, let's go to sleep. So, in terms of numbers then, let's work out what that is per hour. It's roughly 2 stacks per hour, which is not huge, but this is cactus. How much cactus can we possibly use? We've already got loads of the stuff. We've already made loads of green dye. So yeah, we're really not going to need hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of it. All I need it for is this. In the live stream when we started planning this area out, it was recommended, I think actually by Jesse B, that we used the green glass as the floor for this area. And as you can see, I've started doing a couple of chunks already to see what it will look like. And I think it's going to look good. Originally, this area was not supposed to be laid out and in a chunk format like this. It was supposed to just be all rough and higgledy-piggledy. But you know me, I can't help myself. I have to get things laid out nicely. So I've chunk-aligned this farm, and that's why it is the way it is. And the shape and pattern I've gone for, well, I don't know. Oh, I'm down a hole. Boris down a hole, mate. I don't know. It just was industrially type blocks, I guess, so that's why I went for the look. I just tried to make it look a little bit unique, a little bit different, and add a little bit of depth to it as well. And it's fine, it's absolutely fine. It's not got a very big storage system, but it really doesn't need one. And at the moment there's 21 bits of cactus in there. As I fill up these areas here, I'm sure we'll get more and more and more of that stuff in there, and over time, like I say, just being in this area, we're going to develop a lot of cactus. Speaking of this area, doing the maths, it's actually going to take over 4 shulker boxes worth of dark green glass or green stained glass in order to fill this thing up, which is quite a lot of sand. Now, I do have enough sand, but I was planning on using it for concrete, but I don't really need the concrete, so I'm happy to use it. But yeah, that's going to take a while to place it all, so I probably won't do all of that today. Maybe on another live stream. I'm going to be live streaming later on today as I'm recording this. But before we do anything else, let's go back to the raid farm and see how that's been getting on, because Chuck has been there all this time. And when I say all this time, I really do mean all this time. It's actually been a long time. I haven't been recording or playing just solidly today, although Chuck has been on solidly, because I've been doing things like looking after my new puppy and sorting things out around the house. Speaking of puppy, Puppy is currently laid on the floor by the back door, enjoying a nice little snooze as it's raining outside. And let's go and see. Oh, by the way, Puppy is called Nelly, and she is a little golden retriever. She's absolutely gorgeous. I've been posting pictures of her on Instagram and Twitter if you want to see her. But yeah, anyway, that puppy talk over. Let's see how we're getting on with this. And wow, that's a lot of emeralds. We've got a lot of emeralds there. Yeah, I'm going to add all of those up in a minute. Lots and lots of heads coming through here. We should maybe open up a head shop. We got a lot of arrows. We don't have a great deal of the witch drops, but then that's kind of to be expected, really. But let's see how many of these chests have filled up. I'm going to say around about here. Ooh, that one's full. Jeez, okay, where are we up to? Oh, I was right, I actually picked the right one. So we're all the way down here, so all of those chests are absolutely full. Let's see if I can find any more witch heads to add to our collection. Well, I didn't find any more witch heads, but I did manage to find quite a few decent books. There are some mending books in there as well. I'll get a shulker box and take those later. And I've turned all of the emeralds into blocks of emeralds. And this is all of the ones we've had together, excluding the ones I took earlier. So that's minus about 4.5 stacks of emerald blocks. So yeah, we're doing pretty good for emeralds at the moment. I can't complain. This is great. I probably ought to go drop some off at Slack Space, really. And here we are. I just need to find somewhere to put it where he's going to trip over it. Probably down inside his little basey bit. I'm assuming he still goes there relatively regularly. So let's drop down here. In fact, let's just put it right there. You can't miss that then. And there we go. We've got lots of blocks of emeralds. And I've also given him stacks of each of the different types of heads as well. Right. Now I guess it's probably time for me to go home. I think we've just about done everything there is to be done for today's video. So as usual, as I fly to my new home, I'm going to say thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! I'm in my house now. You can't see me. Shh, don't tell Slack, okay? My little house. Shh, don't tell Slack. Mini.